Oh, this is Les Robinson. And one of the biggest mistakes in retirement planning is not having a plan. That's number one. Number two is I've been teaching classes for 15 years and I wrote this book, How to Protect Your Money from Medicaid. And what I advocate is an educational process. So you can walk in and ask the great questions. Okay, what it does is my process is I work with retirement people. My long-term care comes together when people are 45 years old to kind of talk about it. And what I say is, purchase my book. It helps to educate you to ask the correct questions. And that's the important thing is education, okay? We all can't be lawyers. We all can't be CPAs, investment advisors, and we're not giving any advice. We're just giving you education. You're able to walk into your advisor and say, hey, I want to retire in 15, 20 years. By the way, if I have a long-term care event, how do I do it? And if they come back and say, hey, we can self-insure, that's not a good answer. Or we have a plan, come back next week and we will show it to you. Great answer. You go to your attorney and say, hey, by the way, I'm getting ready for retirement. I want to make sure all my legal's in order. And they say, don't worry about it. We're good. And say, hey, by the way, don't I need anything to help this? No. Maybe you might need to look at a new attorney. Same thing with an accountant. You say, hey, maybe we may have tax issues down the road. What do I need to do? These are things that you can bring up to your advisors and say, hey, how do I handle this? Okay? Because when you're 45 years old, this is when you lay some of the groundwork. And my book does help on a couple of things. Helps on the legal side, helps on reducing probate. Also looks at if you want to preserve your capital, it helps to preserve capital, and also in the planning process helps to keep up with inflation, which a year ago, I hadn't talked about inflation probably for over 10 years, because everything kind of went like this, not like this. And so what we help to do is to reduce your probate costs, reduce your tax costs, capital protection, keeping your money up with inflation, making sure you have a good plan. And then if you have a long-term care event, your money doesn't get wiped out, your income doesn't get wiped out. And if you do, the most important thing is you stay in control, okay? And by doing your thing back here at 40, 45 versus 80 or 85, or if you're incoherent, the more farther you're out, the less money you get to keep. And what we like to do is advocate is you develop a plan here and you do what you want to do. You go on your retirement, have a great time. If you have a long-term care event, you've laid a lot of the foundation. You understand the consequences, and your retirement plan is saying, hey, we've done this and done this. So instead of losing all of your money, you might only lose a small fraction. So that's the important part of what I call the new gateway of protecting your retirement, protecting yourself from a long-term care event, how the two work together. If you're interested in more information or purchasing my book, you can go to the website information below, purchase my book. Thank you very much and have a great day.